All right, guys, good morning. I hope y'all are feeling good, had some good night's rest. So today will just be a really good, loose, feel-good flow. I don't want any stiffness, any tightness. If anything feels like, I'm stiff here, I want you to come out of it some, or bend your elbows, bend your knees, however you need to do, release your neck. I want this to just be a nice release of any tension or any awkward sleeping position you held last night and got stiff. So hopefully it feels really good this morning. And we're going to begin at the back of our mat. And if you have a block, grab that and place it underneath your bottom, a little bit in front of your heels, like that. And I'm going to tuck my toes and get a nice toe stretch first. If you don't have a block, you can use a pillow or you don't need it at all. It's fine. This is just going to help you sit up a little bit taller as we fold over our legs. So let's go ahead and begin to move our arms, get connected with our breath. If at any time it becomes too much on your toes or anything, feel free to untuck your toes. This does feel better, so I'll come here. All right, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill out the belly, send that breath to your chest. Feel yourself lengthen up nice and tall. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, fill up the belly. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe send your chin back just a little bit to stack your spine. Open the mouth and exhale. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, fill up the belly. Expand the chest. Relax the shoulders. Hold the breath at the top. And exhale, let it all go. This time, let's move our arms with our breath. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide and up high to the sky. And exhale, palms touch, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up to the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, hands through heart. One more time. Inhale, reach out up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment, set your intention for your day. Set your purpose, one small thing that you want to accomplish. Maybe it's not a to-do list, maybe it's a thought, a feeling. Maybe just try to accomplish it here on your mat this morning, and then let it extend throughout the rest of your day, even off of your mat. If at any time you lose your intention throughout the day, maybe roll your mat back out. Come back into child's pose or seated position. Close your eyes and repeat your intention. Sometimes that's all we need to reset. And inhale, sweep the arms out high up to the sky. And then exhale, bow forward. Reach the arms out towards the top of the mat. And relax the hips back. Release the neck. Release the forehead to the mat. And inhale, walk the hands back towards your feet. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center. And then reach the hands out towards the top of the mat. Exhale, release the forehead down. Inhale, walk it in. Lift the chest up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart. Walk it out. And melt it down. And inhale, walk the hands back in. And lift it back up. Inhale one more time. Exhale, hands through heart. Walk the hands out. Exhale and pause here. Go ahead and remove your block or your pillow if you have one behind you. And spread the knees wide, toes touch. Exhale, sink the hips back for child's pose. Elbows are lifted. Spread the fingertips wide, press the fingers into the mat. And as you exhale, draw the shoulders down your back. Take a big inhale through the nose. Expand the space between your thighs. And exhale, navel towards spine. Let the hips melt a little bit more over your heels. Just a few more breaths here. Maybe take cupcake hands where you lift the palms up off the mat and really press the fingertips into the mat so you can release the elbows, release the shoulders, maybe roll them around just a little bit. And then inhale, walk your hands to the far right side, outside of your mat. Place the left on top of your right. And exhale, sink the left hip over your left heel. Get a nice side stretch here, release the neck. Inhale, walk it back through center, all the way to the outside, left of your mat. Stack your right hand on top of the left. Exhale, melt your right hip over your right heel. And inhale, walk it back through center. And come up to tabletop position. Stack the hips over the knees, shoulders over wrist. And then lift the navel towards the spine. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Spread the fingers wide. And send the shoulders back. Shoulder blades drop down your back. And exhale, round the spine. Cat pose here, release the neck. And then make some circles here. Just rolling around. Pressing forward over the fingertips, sending the hips back a little bit more, just exaggerating that. And then find a neutral tabletop. Inhale, cow. And then from here, just drop your hips side to side. Maybe release your neck side to side as well. Tilt the heart space forward. And then exhale, cat pose. We'll move straight into cow. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Find any movement you would like to add here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. I like to rock it forward and back. Inhale, cow. Maybe soft elbows. Exhale, cat. One more cow. Inhale, take the gaze up. And then exhale, meet in a neutral tabletop position. Step the right foot back. Press the ball of the foot into the mat. Send that heel towards the back. And then let's come on to elbows. Release the shoulders, release any tension there. And then just rock forward and back. The shoulders are still stacked over your elbows here. Navel is lifted towards the spine. And then step that knee in and let's send the left foot back. Press the ball of the foot into the mat. Stretch the calf. Then inhale forward and exhale back. Just rock it forward and back. If your shoulders bother you, you can come back up on your palms. Or you can take the elbows out a little bit wider. You can bring palms to touch, whatever feels good here. Release any tension. And then bring the knees back underneath the hips. Tuck the toes and lift the chest up. And lift the hips up. So we're kneeling here. Roll the shoulders back, hands on your hips, and take your gaze up. Big inhale, lift the chest, let it expand. And then release out of that, bringing the chest back to neutral. And then if you can, reach the right hand for the right heel, option to keep your hand here. You could also use your blocks and place it on the highest setting here. Reach your hand back, fingertips facing towards the back, and then reach the left arm up and back. And you're spinning your chest to the sky, but a little bit to the right. Open up the side body, expand. And then exhale, sweep that arm down through center, and let's come to the other side. You can bring your block to the other side or grab onto your heel and fingertips towards the back. Inhale, sweep that right arm up and back. Let the hips just release the front of the body. Release any tension in the neck. Exhale, sweep that arm down and around through center. And let's take it on each side one more time. Inhale, reach up. Maybe you take it a little bit further this time. You have the option to untuck toes as well and reach back a little bit further. Exhale, sweep it through center and come on to the other side. Inhale, right arm up and back. Breathe here. And exhale, sweep it through center. Come to tabletop, tuck the toes and lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Let the heels release towards the mat here. Then one knee, then the other, pedal it out. Feet are hips distance apart, releasing the low back. Hands are right in line with your shoulders, out wide. Spread the fingers. And then as you exhale, melt the chest a little bit further towards your thighs, and then send the shoulders down your back. Take a micro bend in the knees here and try to spin the hips up a little bit higher. Think about lifting your tailbone towards the sky. And then roll the neck around. And then inhale, peel forward into high plank. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Take your gaze out. If your wrists bother you, come down to a forearm plank here. Send the heels towards the back of the room. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. We're gonna flow in and out of that and then move to the top of our mat. Inhale, peel forward into high plank, maybe rolling your spine through cat as you come forward. And then exhale, soft knees, send the hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, peel forward, high plank, lift the heels up around the spine as you come forward. Exhale, soft knees, send the hips back. Downward facing dog, look to the top of your mat and step on up. Tiptoe up, however you want to make it there. And heel toe the feet out nice and wide, wider than hips distance. Lift up halfway, tilt your heart space forward. Get a little blood coming back to your head. It's early in the morning, we don't want to get dizzy. And then exhale, fold, soft bend in the knees, grab opposite elbows, and ragdoll here, release. There is no perfect form in this pose here. I want you to completely release. If it does not feel good, come to what does. And then heel toe the feet back towards each other. Release the hands towards the mat. Like space between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Tilt the heart space forward. The spine is long. Exhale, fold, bend the knees and roll up to standing. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, reach them out as you hinge at the hips, leaning out with your chest. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, release the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, come up high to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Connect with your breath, move at your pace. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause here, come to your intention. Bring your hands to your forehead. And then bow forward, releasing the shoulders down, rounding the spine. Feeling your intention here. And then bend the knees, reach the arms up high to the sky. Come into chair pose here. Hips are towards the back. You can come up as high as you would like to. Zip up the legs here. Weight is in your heels. And then exhale, fold over your legs, brush the fingertips along the mat and back towards the sky. Inhale, lift back up into chair pose. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, sweep it back up to chair. This time, exhale and then straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, come back to chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, come back to chair pose. One more time. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. And inhale, back to chair pose and come up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart here. And let's step the right foot back, coming into crescent lunge. Send the hips forward, tuck that pelvis under here. You can shorten your stance or keep it nice and long. Square the hips off. And let's take the hands behind the back, clasp those hands. Isometrically pull the thighs towards one another, feet towards one another. And if you would like to challenge your balance, maybe keep your gaze towards the sky. Your hands slide down your back thigh. And then lift the chest back up, release the hands to the mat, lower that back knee down, untuck the toes, lift up for a low lunge. Breathe here for just a moment. And then exhale, release the hands to the mat, send the hips back for half split. Your left knee is nice and soft, flex that foot here. And then with your peace fingers, put it in that left hip socket and give it a little bit of a push towards the back to make those hips a little bit more even. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half split, shift it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift it back. One more time. I want you to find what feels good here. If you want to go a little bit further, that's completely fine. And inhale, shift it forward, lift that back knee up, step back into high plank. Let's drop the knees down, squeeze the elbows in, chaturanga, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press up into upward facing dog. You can come into cobra if it feels better to leave the knees down. Draw the shoulders back. Drop the knees down, hips back, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, pedal the feet out. Get them nice and hips distance here. Maybe move the head around, making sure you're releasing any tension in your downward dog. And take a look at the top of your mat and step it on up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. And let's step the left foot back for a high crescent lunge. Lengthen out as far as you want to go and then tuck those hips under. And then this time, put your other thumb on top as you clasp the hands behind your back. Always have to figure it out, which thumb is on top. And then maybe take your gaze to the sky. Squeeze those thighs together, power up the legs. And then lift the chest up. Slowly release those hands to the mat. Drop the back knee down. And inhale, low lunge. Let the hips melt. Let gravity take over here. Your front knee is on top of your ankle. And then release the hands to the mat. Exhale, send the hips back for a half split. Again, your right knee is soft, right foot is flexed, your spine is nice and long. And take your peace fingers here and just give a little push into your right hip socket there. Send it on back. Inhale, shift forward, move with your breath. Exhale, send it back. Inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, plant the palms, lift the back knee up. Step back into high plank. Option to keep the knees up or drop them down with me. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Send the hips up nice and high to the sky. And let's take three-legged dog. So plant the left foot on the mat and slowly lift the right leg to the sky. Hips are nice and square and flex that foot. Extend energy all the way into that foot there. It's a nice L shape here. You can go higher if you would like, but try to keep the hips square. And then open up, stack those hips here. And bend that top knee. Release any tension, maybe roll the ankle here. And then exhale, release that foot down. And inhale, peel forward, high plank. Drop the knees down. Exhale, chaturanga, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And plant the right foot down and slowly lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Square the hips off first. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. And then roll that hip open, stack it, and then bend that top knee. Maybe roll the ankle around, you can roll the hip around. And then release that leg towards the mat. And look to the top of your mat and step it on up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause here for a moment. Catch your breath if it's begun to quicken here. This is a vinyasa class. We want to move with our breath. Nice and controlled. And bring the hands to your hips. Step the right foot back and spin that foot down. And then turn the left toes in. Coming into a wide-legged stance. Inhale, reach the arms up wide and high. A nice strong pose here. This is called star pose. Lift the chest up. Feel as though you have lightning coming towards your fingertips, reaching up. It kind of reminds me of Christmas Vacation, the front cover of it. And then exhale, heels in, toes out, bend the knees, bend the elbows, goddess pose here. And draw the elbows back, open up the chest here. Exhale, melt it down a little bit more. Roll the wrist if you'd like to. Bring the hands behind the back to release the shoulders. Straighten the knees, turn the toes in. Heels are just slightly out so your feet are pigeon-toed. And with soft knees, fold down. Release the hands, keep them clasped, but let them fall over your back wherever they go. If this does not feel good, you can release the hands all the way to the mat. Roll the neck around, release any tension. And then release the hands to the mat. And turn the left toes out and the right toes out. Bend that left knee, coming into Skandasana. Ninja lunge, surfer's lunge, whatever you want to call it. If you'd like to, you can stay up nice and high right here. But I want you to open the hips up. Try to use the back of the left arm to open that right hip up, the left hip up. And then inhale, coming through your wide-legged forward fold. And then exhale, right toes out, left toes out. Lift that foot up. Bend the right knee. And use the back of the right arm to press into that thigh, opening up. Chest is lifted. Release the hands to the mat. Come back through center and pause here for just a moment. And inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine, tilt the heart space forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time, turn the heels in, toes out, and lift up to goddess pose, nice and slow. And then inhale, shoot up to star pose, parallel those feet. Big breath in and out. And let's release out of that and come back to the top of our mat. Shake it out just a little bit here. And toes touch, slight space between the heels. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. If you want to skip your flow, you're welcome to do so. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, fold, lead out with the heart, and release the neck down. Inhale, halfway lift, tilt the heart space forward. Exhale, fold, step it back to high plank. Option to drop the knees down with me. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pause here for a few breaths. Roll the neck around. And then walk the feet towards your hands. And then slowly come onto your back. And bring the knees in towards your chest. We're going to end on our backs here. Feel gravity take over. Maybe rock side to side. Release the head side to side as well. Roll the ankles around. And then slowly release out into your Shavasana. Extend the legs nice and long. Let's take a few breaths here. So let everything settle into place as it should be. Our body is fully in line. Our spine is in line, curvature, exactly where it should be. Chin is up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Make space between the teeth. Relax the eyebrows, the forehead. Let the feet fall out to the side. Take one big breath in through the nose. Fill up the chest as much as you possibly can with air. And exhale, send that breath out. Let the belly fall. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're welcome to continue your Shavasana for a few more minutes. The light in me honors the light, the love, the beauty, the joy in each and every one of you. Namaste.